What's up, Eagles Nation? Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss any updates about our Philadelphia Eagles. Now, without wasting any time, let's get straight to the point because we got a lot to talk about today. So here's the situation. The Cleveland Browns just restructured Denzel Ward's contract, converting over $12 million of his base salary into a signing bonus and leaving him with just a minimum salary of about $1.2 million for the year. That move opened up cap space for Cleveland down the line, but it also set off alarms across the league, and especially in Philadelphia. Why? Because Howie Roseman knows exactly how to take advantage of a contract restructure like this. Ward suddenly looks like one of the most tradable star cornerbacks in the NFL. This isn't random speculation either. Nick Sirianni himself has openly praised Ward as one of the best corners in football. After last season's emotional win over Cleveland, Sirianni even joked with his son about buying a Denzel Ward jersey, calling him an excellent player. Add in Sirianni's Ohio ties, Ward's Ohio State background, and the admiration has been obvious. Sirianni knows exactly what Ward brings to the field: speed, physicality, and shutdown coverage that very few corners in the league can match. And here's where it gets interesting. Philadelphia's secondary is facing some real question marks. Quinion Mitchell has already locked down one side of the field, but the other corner spot is wide open. Adoree Jackson had a rough week one against Dallas. He gave up 5 catches on 7 targets, all for first downs totaling over 100 yards. He committed a costly red zone pass interference penalty and finished with a coverage grade in the low 30s. That's just not good enough for a defense with Super Bowl aspirations. The alternative, rookie Jacorian Bennett, still has to prove he can handle consistent NFL snaps. This is exactly why the possibility of adding Ward is sparking so much excitement. Now, let's not underestimate Ward's resume. He was the 4th overall pick in the 2018 draft. He's already been selected to 4 Pro Bowls, and he continues to play at a level that puts him among the elite. His 40-yard dash time was a blazing 4.32, and in 96 career games, he's defended 96 passes. That's exactly 1 per game. He's also racked up 17 interceptions, showing he's more than just sticky coverage. He's a playmaker. Last season, he led the NFL in passes defended with 19. That's the type of production the Eagles are desperate for on the outside. Imagine what a top 3 of Quinion Mitchell, Ward, and Cooper DeJean could look like under Vic Fangio's system. That's not just solid, that's terrifying for opposing quarterbacks. This is the type of move that could take an already talented defense and transform it into the league's best. Fangio has already made it clear he wants to keep Cooper inside when possible, and bringing in Ward would let everyone stay in their ideal roles.
The timing of all this couldn't be more critical. The Eagles survived week 1 against Dallas, but the schedule ahead is loaded with elite quarterbacks and dangerous wideouts. Patrick Mahomes is waiting in week 2, followed by Matthew Stafford and Puka Nacua, then Devontae Adams, Malik Neighbors, Justin Jefferson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, C.D. Lamb again, and later down the line, names like Deebo Samuel, Josh Allen, and Terry McLaurin. That's a gauntlet. If the Eagles don't address their cornerback issues, it could derail their championship run. From the Browns' side, the restructure gives them some flexibility, but it also raises questions. They're still dealing with the fallout of the Deshaun Watson contract. They've got nearly 30 players hitting free agency soon, and moving a big contract like Ward's could clear room for their future. Andrew Berry, Cleveland's GM, used to work under Howie Roseman, so the relationship and communication lines are already there. But would Berry really trade away his top corner to help the Eagles reload? The asking price won't be cheap. Analysts suggest at least a 2nd or 3rd round pick, possibly even more, given Ward's talent and age. Some have floated bigger names as part of a potential package, though that seems unlikely. Still, if any GM in the NFL could pull it off, it's Howie Roseman. This is the man who offered the Cowboys the biggest deal on the table for Micah Parsons, a move that nearly shocked the league. He's never been afraid of making bold trades to chase championships, and this roster is built to win right now. The Eagles are in a very different place than they were in 2018 after winning the Super Bowl. Back then, the roster was aging and expensive. Now, it's one of the youngest and cheapest defenses in the NFL. They've got cap space, they've got draft capital, and most importantly, they've got a Super Bowl window wide open. Ward might be the missing piece that makes this defense truly dominant and keeps the Lombardi within reach. So the question for all of you is simple. Should Howie Roseman go all in and make a trade for Denzel Ward to shore up this secondary? Or should the Eagles stay patient and trust Adoree Jackson or Jacorian Bennett to improve as the season goes on? What do you think, Eagles fans? There's no denying that this is one of the most fascinating trade rumors to hit Philadelphia in recent years. On one hand, you have a front office led by Howie Roseman, who has never been afraid of swinging for the fences. 6 trades since the start of August alone tell us exactly how aggressive he's been in making sure this roster is built to win now. On the other, you have Denzel Ward, a player who isn't just another corner, but a rare shutdown talent who could instantly elevate the Eagles' defense into an elite unit. The debate isn't whether Ward would help. It's about what the Eagles would need to give up and whether Cleveland is truly willing to let go of such a key piece of their defense. Let's break this down further. Ward isn't just a stat sheet player. When you watch him on film, you see one of the few corners who can go toe-to-toe with elite receivers and win consistently. Jamar Chase? Ward held him to 2 catches in a game. That's the kind of impact that changes an entire defensive game plan. You can call it old school, you can call it island coverage, whatever you want. The reality is he's one of the last remaining true lockdown corners in today's NFL. Players like that don't often hit the trade market. If there's even a small window of opportunity here, it's the kind of move a franchise chasing another Super Bowl has to consider. Now think about what this means for Vic Fangio's defense. He's already working with a young core, trying to develop Quinyon Mitchell into a star and keep Cooper DeJean in his most effective role. Add Ward into that mix, and suddenly Fangio has the freedom to disguise coverages, press at the line, and trust his corners to hold up one-on-one. That allows the pass rush, already one of the most talented in the league, to get home even more often. It's a ripple effect that strengthens the entire defense. If the Eagles really want to stand toe-to-toe with quarterbacks like Mahomes, Allen, or even Dak Prescott again in a playoff rematch, this is the kind of player you bring in. From the Browns' perspective, though, the situation is complicated. Restructuring Ward's contract freed up immediate cap space and gave them flexibility for the future. But with the albatross of the Deshaun Watson deal still hanging over them and nearly 30 pending free agents, they're under pressure to plan long-term. Trading Ward would sting, no doubt about it. He's a fan favorite, a homegrown star from Ohio State, and the kind of player you build a defense around. But the reality is, Cleveland may not be in a position to fully capitalize on Ward's prime years. If they're not contenders by midseason and the deadline is approaching, Andrew Berry might at least listen to offers, especially if the Eagles are dangling premium draft picks. Of course, the risk for Philadelphia is what they'd have to give up. Would a second-round pick get it done? Maybe not. Could it take multiple picks or even a starting caliber player to sweeten the deal? Possibly. And as much as fans might salivate over the thought of Ward in midnight green, there's always the danger of mortgaging too much of the future. But let's be real here. The Eagles aren't in a rebuild. They're not a team hoping to compete 3 or 4 years from now. They're a team with the pieces to win another Super Bowl right now. When that's the case, you have to weigh the value of draft picks against the immediate impact of adding an all-pro caliber corner. There's also the human element to consider. Ward isn't just a talented corner. He's durable, respected, and still only in his prime. For Pro Bowls already, with the speed and instincts to keep producing at a high level for years. If the Eagles land him, it wouldn't be a short-term rental. It would be a foundational piece of the defense for seasons to come. And don't forget, Ward's restructured contract makes him even more affordable in the short term, which is